So imagine if you are on a trip with your family and something bad happened to you, to your family, and you are just a little kid. So what will you do in that situation? Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome back to another Infrequency show with me, Yusrina. So for today's episode, I will be sharing with you guys a very rare experience that happened to me back when I was in secondary school in 2012. So back in 2012, I was just 12 years old, and my family and I decided to perform Umrah during my mid-semester break. So the incident happened when our family visited Jabal Rahmah. Fast forward during our trip to Jabal Rahmah, our mutawif or our leader has already told us about some cases that had happened at that place, such as act of shirk and act of scams, so that we can be aware of ourselves during that trip. Everything went smoothly, everything was nice in the beginning, but that is when it happened. So I was paired up with my father and my mother was with my sisters. So it will be easy for me to track down where my father goes because I was with him all the time, but I was wrong. When I walk and then I suddenly realizes that I was no longer with my father at that time. I lost him during the visit at Jabal Rahmah because I don't even know where he goes. After 30 minutes or so, our mutawif called us together on the bus, and the only person that didn't show up is my father. So at that time, my mother started panicking, my sisters started panicking, and I started to panicking because at that time I realized that my father is missing for real. And I was like, so we started to search up on my father at the hills, at the compound, but we didn't find him. You might question, why didn't we just call him? Because everyone bought handphones, right? So the deal is, my father didn't bring his phone that has the Arab SIM card in it. My mutawif decides that we need to go back to the hotel to make a report so that this case can be settled very fast. So time passes by, there is still no updates about my father until Asar prayer time. So me and my sister, we went to the mosque to perform our prayers, and then we went to the dining hall to get our evening tea. And then suddenly our mutawif came to us and said like this, I just saw your father in the lobby. And then we were just like, what? And then he said, well, he just got scammed by some Arabs during the visit at Jabal Rahmah, he told me. And then on that second, we just rushed up to our rooms because we can't believe that actually our fathers are back. So when we arrived at our parents' room, we immediately asked my father how he got lost and how he got scam at Jabal Rahmah. He told us that while he was walking alone taking pictures of the place, he suddenly got pulled over to the mountains by some Arabs, and they forced him to write down his name on the hills. Quickly took a photo using a Polaroid camera and using my father's phone. Then they asked my father for a payment, which my father didn't intend to do it. They asked my father for 50 riyal. Then my father said that he didn't bring any money at that time. So they call up their gang to start a fight with my father. But luckily the police arrived that time, so they all ran away and my father was safe, but he was stranded alone at that hill. Suddenly, an Indonesian mutawif came up to him and asked him whether he was lost. So my father, he stated that he lived in that hotel we are living in. So the Indonesian mutawif take my father with him and he bring him back to the hotel. And that is how my father came back to the hotel safe and sound. So the moral of the story that I've been telling you guys is we should always be aware and be careful of our surroundings, and we should always bring our belongings with us because we didn't know what will happen to us in any possible situations. So that is all the time that we have for today's Infrequency episode. See you guys in another episode next time. Bye!